Hi everyone, it's Joe Da Silva from the High Rise Concept coming to you today from my office. Wanted to talk to you today about something that happened on the weekend. I went to a trade show, and the reason why I went to the trade show, it was a building show, was the fact that I had a few friends that had booths at this trade show, and I just wanted to see how they were doing. And when I visited one of them and asked them how it was going, they told me that it was their third day at the show, and they really hadn't talked to anybody and just couldn't understand why, because they had a great product and couldn't get any engagement. And right away I noticed that they had the booth completely set up wrong. There was just no inviting in of the booth. So I mentioned to him, well, you know, you've got the table right up at front of the booth. There was an 8 by 10 foot booth and basically an 8-foot table. And I said, why is your table right up here on the front of the booth? He says, well, you know, we sit behind the table and we try to talk to people. And I go, yeah, but what you're doing is you're actually forming a barrier between yourself and any potential customer. It's not very welcoming. In order for me to come in and have a chat with you, you're basically saying I gotta scale the wall. I gotta go over the table. Because I really don't want to reach over and have that awkward handshake across the table. So my question to you is if you are setting up trade show booths or fairs or whatever, where's your table situated? If it's right up front, you have now caused an artificial barrier between you and your potential customer. Either move it straight to the back so people can walk into your booth, or better still, do it lengthwise across one of the sides of the booth. That way you can display stuff there and you've got a nice open area for everybody to come in. The other thing is where do you stand? Do you stand inside of your booth? Well, if you stand inside of your booth, again, you're creating a barrier. Here I am in my booth, this is mine, don't come in because I'm the big protector of whatever I've got. I always try to stand outside of my booth, just a little bit into the aisleway, so that people walking by can actually just casually walk into the booth and take a look around it without me being there waiting for them like a big bear trap or whatever. As a matter of fact, what I normally tell people who I work with at the trade shows are, get them to invite you back into your booth by asking a question about what you have in your booth. Why try to entice them to come in and rope them in? Have them ask you the question and have them invite you back into the trade show. When I went away, my friend said, you know what, I'm going to try that. And he did move his table. I actually helped him move his table right to the back of the booth, and I showed him where to stand out in the aisleway. I came back about 20 minutes later, and guess what? Couldn't talk to him. He was that busy. The booth was full of people. Now, was that a coincidence? I don't think so. It was the third day of the show, as I mentioned earlier. I just believe that once he made the booth more inviting, people didn't feel threatened and actually went in to talk to him because, as I mentioned earlier, it was a great product. For these tips and more like them, please visit my website, thehighriseconcept.com. There you'll find videos, you'll find my blogs, as well as go to my podcast, The High Rise Concept, to get these tips and much more. Now, one thing I will tell you is I do have two workshops coming up, one on June 25th and one at the end of July. Go to the website under events for all the information and to register. Again, make sure that it's inviting for everyone and make them feel welcome. And if you do, the trade show is going to fly by because you're going to be really busy. From the High Rise Concept, this is Joe Da Silva. Have yourselves a great day.